from the doctor. You watched her grow up on the big screen, and Christina Ricci talks about how she's hacking it playing the Robert Durst of her day, the notorious Lizzie Borden. Then, why did gravity drop the ball? How did Titanic miss the boat? It's brain candy that'll blow your mind when one of the smartest dudes on the planet exposes some blockbuster mistakes. And this lady topped the scales at a deadly 1,100 pounds. But your jaw will drop when you see what she looks like today, 800 pounds lighter. This is The View with Whoopi, Nicole Wallace, Rosie Perez. And today, Raven Simone and Caroline Ray are jumping in the co-host chairs. It all starts now.
What people are up to on their smartphones all day? Because a new Glamour magazine study found that 2/3 of them have sexted. That means statistically, at least a few of us at the table have done it.
But I have not done it on purpose. I have...
Please explain that.
Okay, first of all, the font on my phone, it's like an eye exam. Okay, everybody in the world, it's so big. So I wrote something like...
Mine is too, like 3 letters on a line. Yeah,
I wrote thank you so much, which autocorrected thank you douche. Okay?
I don't think it's considered sex. That's not sex.
Okay, I'm a big nerd. That was sexting for me. Okay. Big deal. What if it's like, thank you for the douche, thank you so much, thank you so... I don't know, the whole thing. You've done it?
I love it. I really do, because one, I don't like talking on the phone. I have this weird feeling that I'm going to get cancer of the ear. I don't know what. I know that's weird. I don't like stuff up to my phone.
Can we buy you like a headset or something?
Yes, but then I lose those and they get tangled.
Can we get you a few?
Yes.
Okay.
But I just feel like when I'm typing it, I can think about my sex speech a little bit better, and it can be more Jenna Jameson than Caroline Ray.
You're not.
Thank you.
But you're not sending pictures.
Oh, no, because that's illegal.
What?
No?
No.
I'm not sending pictures.
No, Anthony Weiner. He'll take
Okay, underage pictures.
That didn't work out for him.
Yeah, well, he was running for office. See, I guess it really comes down to if you're running for office, keep your business to yourself.
Neck
Don't
down.
send Yeah.
Neck
So let's
down.
just say, can you ever be president? Have you ever sent that kind of a picture?
I don't want that much responsibility.
Okay, all right.
No, but neck down.
Rosie Perez is very quiet.
Listen, I keep my business my business. I do not share. Nope.
You know, but on this road, there is a growing online trend for teens that makes parents feel better, because apparently teenagers are getting tired of oversharing every aspect of their lives, and they're taking more steps to ensure their privacy online. And one of the great reasons is because you're not the only one looking at your stuff now. People see you naked, and they see you doing all kind of stuff. You were saying that you found that as a young person?
Yes, actually. My brother found that out. Hi, Blaze. He works at a really professional business.
Right.
And he's like, well, I can't really post that because he's really funny. He can't post that because his manager looks at it. And he has to get good reviews on Yelp. So he knows that he has to be very contained.
Right.
But it's about time, because just because you can say it online doesn't mean that everybody needs to know.
Yeah.
And I think it keeps your adult sense a lot higher. You understand how to speak, unlike how I'm speaking right now.
Okay, going with the nerd theme that I have developed my entire life, when I was a kid...
She's Canadian.
I'm Canadian. I'm a big nerd. So when... woohoo. And, yeah, I made the international maple leaf sign. Right there. When we were kids, all right, there was Willa... I won't say her last name just in case she gets mad at me. She had 3 brothers, okay?
Right.
This was a long time ago. the oldest brother, Andrew, stole her diary when she was a senior in high school, Xeroxed it, which is making copies. I don't even know how you say that anymore. Okay, made copies of it, and sold it to everyone in his class for $1 each. You're horrified, but today we call that Facebook, okay? Yeah. That's really what it is.
I totally agree. And listen, that teenagers...
Well done.
That teenagers want to give up something that they helped create. I don't know why I'm looking to you. You're just the closest to a teenager.
It's okay, I'll accept it.
It's sort of funny to me. Like, now they want to put the genie back in the bottle. I mean, they're the reason all these companies sort of innovated. And so it's sort of sweet that they want to go back. But they're the reason we live like this.
Well, I think they're realizing that what we said to them 10 years ago about, you know, we know you're going to Europe. Don't get in the fountain naked with your tops down because you can't, number one, those pictures don't disappear.
Right.
They're out there.
Nothing disappears.
What
we get in the fountains naked when we were little.
Well, you know what? And you know what? We can do it again now. At our, you know, like
no,
now, it's all right.
No, there's too many people with cameras.
Yeah, but
I'm not showing
now.
nothing. Well, if you were dragging the floor as I am when I'm butt naked, you would have.
Let's go get in the fountain. Spring break.
God.
I was bringing the
Naked Republicans once again. That's her thing. Naked Republicans.
We have to make a movie about naked Republicans. I think that would be fun.
It's called Congress.
Okay. There you go. Speaking of overnet intersharing, speaking of internet oversharing.
That was amazing.
That was good. That was really good.
You may think I'm, but I'm not. A woman wrote an online advice column because her daughter-in-law is constantly posting negative stuff about her and her son, and she wants to know if she should confront her about it. Now, the column says, don't do it. But I don't know. What do you think?
I know that sometimes when there's younger people, they have a really hard time speaking to their parents about issues because the parents shut them down and the words, I'm older than you, you have to respect me, you shouldn't ask that kind of question, but we have no other outlet to talk to. It's not like you sent us to the therapist. We can't talk to people in school because they don't give you the smart advice, and that is our only outlet now. You shouldn't be bad-talking people, have an issue with bad-talking people, and I think that the parents should go and talk to that child or daughter-in-law. And you should not do it in a sense with an energy of malice or anger because she needs to vent. You need to be like, okay, I'm understanding your feelings right now. How can we fix it? Because if she just went to go talk to her out of the blue, there would be an argument, blowout argument, and you'd never be able to talk to that person.
I would just be so pissed off that my daughter-in-law put my business out there like that. Yeah. I would be like, yo, what the wrong with you? You got something to say about me? Come say it to my face.
Yeah, but that...
I would confront her. I was like, you're going to share it from somebody who lives in Timbuktu? Why do they need to? No, you put it on the internet, you put it on the internet.
But the people on the internet are more compassionate than how you just came to her.
But what I'm saying is that's none of their business.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is if you're going to talk bad about me, it's not your right to just share it with the world. For me, that's me personally. I would be pissed off.
It's a generational thing. It's absolutely.
Here's the other thing. There's an anonymous piece to just putting it on the internet because, my parents wouldn't have found it if this was someone, one of 4 kids, if someone's in-laws, so I think it's also, that you can remain anonymous venting about your in-laws on the internet in a way that you have to really go deep, I think, to have a difficult conversation with family members.
And go and talk.
Yeah,
it is easier, but it doesn't solve the problem.
Correct.
Because what it does is it pisses the person off and doesn't allow them to say, well, why didn't you just come and tell me? And it is generational because we grew up, or I'm older than the table, really. But one of the key things when I was a kid is you don't tell business to people I don't know. Don't put my stuff out. And this generation is used to sharing everything because they don't necessarily, they communicate. Well, but transparency requires that you grow the cojones to go get them. Because if you got a bitch with your in-laws, don't tell the world, tell them, because the world can't help you.
Right.
All they can do is lick your wound or whatever. Oh
There's
my
some people
God.
that give There's some people that give advice on the internet. Maybe she was looking for someone to help her say, how do I talk about this problem? For instance, when I was 13, I had a diary. My parents read my diary and they put me on punishment for a year. I had nobody to talk to, especially with, yeah, exactly, girl. Nobody to talk to, and I couldn't go outside of my family because I can't share my business. Where am I going to go to?
Well, I tell you, when you're 13, if you are 13 and you don't have anybody you can talk to, there's an issue.
Right.
There's an issue. You should be able to, yes, you should be able to have a dialogue. And I have to say, Ravens folks, if you went in her room and took her diary, y'all were wrong.
I'm so on punishment now.
You are on punishment. We'll be right back with more Hot Topics.
Can you really think like a man? What guys say women will never understand about being a dude.
Thought Catalog asked 13 men what women will never understand about them. And they said stuff like how much it hurts to get kicked in the groin, and that it's impossible for them not to stare at cleavage, and how great it is to pee out. I mean,
I pee outside all the time.
I pee outside. Do these guys know any women? Do they know?
We already know that.
I mean, don't they know that a lot of us have pushed a bowling ball out of the same general area? And if you kick us in the groin, we cry too.
I want men to understand one thing that they do not know. I want all the men who are watching your show to know that when they adjust themselves, we can see them.
Well, wait. May I do my thing? May I do my thing? Because this is from my show?
Yeah.
I think the difference is a man comes out of the bathroom, he always has that little round wet spot right here. Right?
God, you went there.
And he's trying to dry it when he comes up, then he wants to shake your hand.
I know.
And then they stand around, and they don't even know they're doing it. They're going, yeah, left, right, yeah.
Exactly.
Left, right. Hey, put him around. No. Hey, let me bounce him around right now. They stand, and they just do it. They have no idea they're doing it.
But we have itch stuff too, you know.
And when it itches, they scratch it. I mean, we have itches. We don't scratch
Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yeah.
I have never seen you
Look,
scratch.
But you never see a woman going,
Never. You know, I put my hair right here, and I'm always right here, and I also do it elsewhere. And if I have to fix myself down there, you'll always see me do this. Okay. And it gets all of it out the fold.
Well,
Breasts.
when you have large
How
breasts.
many words?
Yeah, thank you. When you have,
Big
I'm
butt.
trying to say
Big
it correctly.
breasts.
When you have big breasts and they're real, they move. They have a life of their own. Thank you, ladies. Can I hear an amen?
Yeah,
and the thing is, I'm fixing it all the time, except I'm a little bit discreet about it. You don't know.
You don't do this?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I do, but I turn my back. I do. You know, or I say, oh, I gotta blow my nose.
Even them out.
Jesus. I see you guys every day. I've never seen you with your hands down your shirts or your pants. And men I've never met before, I have seen in the line at the grocery store with their hands down their pants.
How about, I want to ask, what does that squeeze do? Does that rehydrate their whole system? They're just like, you're like,
Rob is saying yes. Rob is saying that's what happened.
That's what's going on, Rob? That's what it is, Did it, he went there.
That's right. And this is the thing about this show. We can talk about anything, and that's why we are The View. How about this? That's right. There's a new laser eye surgery that will change your eye color to blue. And reality star Tiny actually had similar surgery, and here's how she looks now.
Which Tiny's her?
Tiny, yeah.
Okay, don't judge that picture. That's bad lighting. Somebody puts extra stuff in the eye area. I bet it doesn't look, that picture does not do it justice. I would never do it. You know, but that,
well, I have
they always pick the worst picture.
Yeah, you got a picture?
Girl?
Can you get close?
Look at you.
I made a movie called Burglar. I made a movie called Burglar where she has blue eyes. Because one of the things I discovered many years ago was a family member came up, and all I could do was this, because I'd never seen someone as dark as she was with blue eyes. And it kind of freaked me out, so I thought I would pay homage to her. I don't know that I would let a laser do it. I mean, I'd prefer to have a...
contact.
Yeah, I'm not...
Because, you know, I'm a terrible person. I always think, what's the worst thing that can happen?
Me too.
That's why I can't get any kind of elective surgery, because I just think, well, what if the guy is, like, kind of toasted? Could I end up looking like a Picasso painting? You know, I just don't know. It's kind of... And speaking of this, the breastfeeding lobby just got a big boost from a new study that found that babies raised on breast milk will develop a higher IQ and wind up earning more money later in life.
Oh, thank God.
I love it.
I mean, I breastfed my child way too long.
I breastfeed.
At least to be smart.
Breastfeeding is so politically divisive. More
It
so,
shouldn't be, because let me tell you, boob, no boob, formula, it's all good.
it's
I mean,
your business.
You know,
Yeah. But I had trouble doing it. First of all, they put a lot of pressure on you when you. I had a C-section. They handed me my daughter. This is how they asked me if I was going to breastfeed. The woman said, "Do you love your baby?" And I was like, but I had problems, so I had a lactation consultant come, which is a bit of a made-up job. If any of you are unemployed, you could get one if you've seen a pair of boobs. But anyway, so she came. I'm going to get hate mail. I don't care. So she came to my house, and she said this to me. She goes, "I noticed that your nipples are cracked and bleeding. Is that from the baby?" And I was like, no, we have a schnauzer. Anyway, horrified her.
You know, the only thing that bothers me about this is for those of you who can't breastfeed, that is no guarantee that your child's going to be smarter or not smarter.
No, of course
But
not.
that's
It's
what.
craziness.
But we want to say, if you can do it, great, do it. If you can't do it, your baby has just as good an option of becoming as smart as any other baby.
And I go one step further. If you want to do it. If you don't want to do it,
don't do
no
it.
Doesn't it
big
help
whoop.
the mother as well? Doesn't it help the mother, too, and her body?
Some.
Some moms
Yes,
are not into it.
My baby was born, my daughter was born with a little bit of a tooth.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Hey,
I hear you.
while I'm holding the baby, we're gonna go and come right back with the amazing Christina Ricci.
We know Christina Ricci can do creepy from the Addams Family flicks, but see if you think her tweets about Whoopi are a little out there. Next.
Watching Christina Ricci since she debuted alongside Cher in Mermaids at just 9 years old. Now she's starring as one of the most infamous women in true crime history in the new series, The Lizzie Borden Chronicles. Please welcome the fabulous and amazing Christina Ricci. So, we were talking about breastfeeding.
Oh, God.
You just had a marvelous new baby. Is having the baby changed your life? Like, maybe now you like babies, you didn't like babies, you breastfeed, you didn't breastfeed? Tell me.
There's a lot about having a baby and being pregnant that no one tells you. But I have to say, I mean, it's the greatest thing ever.
He is so gorgeous. That
really
baby
sweet.
with her eye. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
And the
cute.
smile. Oh, my God.
And you don't post him, which is kind of wonderful.
No, I mean, I just feel like, I don't know what kind, I mean, who knows how he's going to feel about that stuff later. And I don't know, maybe he'll be the kind of person that wants to be super private, or he might want to be a spy. And,
That's right.
You know,
You never know.
just don't
You never know.
And you can't put that stuff back in the bottle. I think that's really smart that you do that. But the last time you were here, I think you were newly engaged to your Pan Am co-star, right? And now you're married with children.
Yeah.
How's the right?
Jimmy was working on the show, not one of my co-stars, but yeah, we met on the show, and we we have, you know, got married, and immediately I got pregnant. And so it's been kind of a whirlwind, but really fantastic.
He's cute. He looks so tall, your husband.
He's super tall.
He's
And
your baby's tall. Your baby? Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
So you have to be like,
yeah.
Okay, I don't know how you have time to tweet with a new baby.
Well, I haven't really tweeted in quite some time.
Okay, but you're funny. You're funny on Twitter. When I'm mad at my husband, I hide the toilet paper. I think that's very funny. Yeah, that's funny.
I discovered that in a very low.
I love that.
Low
That's
moment.
brilliant. I think that's brilliant.
Wait, this is my favorite, though. You know the one, right?
This is a fantastic tweet. I love Whoopi Goldberg so much. We get together for drinks once a week in my mind. She gives the best advice.
It's true. I do really love Whoopi. Every time I come here, I'm so excited to see you. And then when I was pregnant, I was watching the show every single day. So I think that's when I tweeted that, when I was just like, I love Whoopi. Why can't I call her right now? I also like to call you Whoop.
That's
in my
as it
mind.
should be.
Okay, good.
You know what
I need to call Whoop and ask her about this thing. You were also just getting together like gambling groups.
Yes.
At the time, and I was just like, I want to go.
And they're fun.
I'm in your gambling group for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know about your new series. This is the second time that you're playing Lizzie Borden?
Yes, well, I did, we did a movie, and then it was really successful, so of course they wanted to capitalize on that. And so now it's a miniseries, and it's very different than the movie. We kind of were able to, this is pure fiction.
Right.
So we were really able to kind of create any character, and she does outrageous things. I mean, I kill so many people. It's just...
But it picks up after her acquittal, right? And as you said, it's sort of like an alternate reality. And I think we have a clip. Can we show this?
Yeah.
We can run Father's business. We can make a profit.
We don't know the first thing about running.
I know about solving problems. The problem right now is everyone thinks we're an easy target. That has to change. Then you haven't been paying attention.
I love it. It's really fun. It's really fun. It's very like, you know, it's campy, it's macabre, it's just sort of like delighting, and somebody just being so arrogant and brazen and bad. She's bad.
In a funny way, it looks like Wednesday grew up to be Lizzie Borden.
There's a little bit of that, yeah.
I think so. I love it. You must come anytime you want to the show. This is your platform. We love you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. The Lizzie Borden Chronicles premieres this Sunday on Lifetime. You have to check your local listings, but I think you have a good time watching it. Check it out. We'll be right back.
The only man alive who can sink the Titanic, bring gravity down to Earth, and blow away the Terminator is serving up brain candy with movie mistakes you totally missed. Next.
And today he's serving up some brain candy, like how some of your favorite movies are scientifically impossible. All kinds of stuff. Please welcome one of the best people on the planet, astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson. So, you know, but listen, I'm going to repeat something I've already said, and it is that you're one of the most famous astrophysicists in the world. You host a show with millions of Twitter followers, and an asteroid has been named after you. I mean, so no one knew about rock star scientists, really, till you, really.
I don't, okay. So I have a Twitter following. Einstein might have been good on Twitter. We don't know. He predated Twitter.
That's right.
So, no, Carl Sagan predates me in this exercise. And he was also a big user of media.
Yes.
And so he cleared a place in the brush.
Right.
And I and others are there
trying
to bring the universe down to Earth. That's what we try to do.
I love you for that. I love you. I watch your show, and my family's definitely big fans. What exactly, in layman's terms, does an astrophysicist study do? What is that?
Yeah, it's really simple. Anything that happens someplace other than Earth, we care about. So the birth, life, and death of the universe, black holes, quasars, Pluto, asteroids. You get over Pluto. Just
I'm never getting over that. I'm not gonna...
So everything sort of cosmic is what we concern ourselves with. And there's, you know, something like 10,000 of us in the world. And, you know, so, and there's like we're rising through 7, 8, 9 billion people. You divide those two numbers, we're 1 in a million, actually.
Wow.
So there aren't many of us.
Wow.
So, but somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to worry about it.
And it's so important. And, you know, what else is very important, too, is like our space program just ended. Well, not just ended, but in 2011. And, you know, what do you think about, you know, our nation's future?
Well, it hasn't really ended. We still have NASA centers, and there's testing rockets to try to go to Mars. My worry is that in the days of Kennedy, he said, let's go to the moon and come back in this decade. That was like, you know, under his watch, had he not been shot. And now we have, in this case, Obama saying, let's go to Mars sometime in 2030, maybe. And so I worry that that's under the leadership of a president to be named later, under a budget not yet established. So what does it mean to even promise that? And so what we need is the electorate has to want to do it, so that we don't wait around to see if a politician will take us back into space. And so that's really, I'm trying to alert people of the value of what it is to explore.
Right. Yeah, and speaking
We'd still be in the caves if there weren't people out there saying, what's on the other side of that valley or mountain?
Taking that a step further, what do you think about like the private space flight?
Oh, that should have been happening decades ago. The difference is
you would take a commercial space flight
only after the person who invented it put their kids on it. Then I'll do it.
Well, he's putting
I'm not
Bieber
one
on
of the first people, all right? I don't. No, so that should have been happening decades ago. The difference is that I don't see them leading this with any kind of meaningful business model. Yeah. So the time horizon on the return on, if you say, oh, I'm looking for investors, well, how much will it be? A lot. Is it dangerous? Yes. People will probably die. What's my return on investment? I don't know. That's the end of the conversation, right? The only entities that can do that are governments. And they discover where the trade winds are and where the hostiles and the friendlies are. Then private enterprise can make a buck off of that. Right. That's how that's happened.
Well, speaking of, you know, enterprises.
Oh, I think I know where this is going. Oh. Go on, girl.
I was just going to say, do you think we've been visited?
Oh, so you know my big fear? Have you ever been to Comic-Con in San Diego?
You know I have.
Okay, so my worry, do people dress up with like all kinds of, and I worry that we've actually been visited by aliens, but they landed during Comic-Con and no one noticed. That's my big worry.
That's so funny.
Well, here's the thing he was trying to avoid. Pluto. Okay.
Pluto had it coming, first of all.
Why did it shift? What did we learn about Pluto that removed it from just being a planet to being a dwarf planet?
That's the right question. What we found other stuff in the outer solar system that's small, like Pluto, icy, like Pluto, orbits, like Pluto. And we said, hey, maybe Pluto wasn't the 9th planet. Maybe it was the first of a new swath of real estate we've just discovered. A new element, a new population of objects in the solar system. We didn't lose a planet. We gained the Kuiper Belt of comets.
Are you going to be talking about this
I think Pluto's happier there, too.
Are you going to be talking about this on your new late-time TV show, Star Talk?
Oh, thanks for asking that. Stuff we talk about, wherever science is and manifests within our lives and in our culture, it is fair game for Star Talk.
Oh my God, you're so fascinating. I could talk to you all day. Oh my God. I want to get to your. So I hear that it really bothers you that in movies they make so many scientific errors. So I want to mention a few movies and tell us what's wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Gravity.
We understand you told we messed up the sky. Do you have a sky we can use? We're going to recut that scene for the 100th anniversary edition. So the 2012 IMAX version, it's got a sky that I handed Jim Cameron, so they fixed the sky.
Awesome. Okay, wait. Terminator.
Oh, Terminator. No, I want movies to be self-consistent, which means the rules apply within themselves. So do you remember Arnold came through butt naked. Remember that? Yeah. And remember the reason? You're naked because only living tissue can come through this time portal. Right. Well, hair is dead. So he should have come through not only butt naked, but bald. And he had a full head of hair. That's all. I just want movies to be, just, if you're gonna make rules, stick by your own damn rules. That's all.
Well, we had 2 more, but apparently we have to wrap right now. I know, but you know what? You've got to come back, because what you do, what you give to people is the ability to believe that they can grasp this science, and that is something that I think is brilliant.
I want the universe to be all of our backyard.
We thank Neil deGrasse Tyson. Star Talk premieres April 20th on Nat Geo, and we will be right back. Yeah.
Murder committed by her own sister, just so that her sister's children wouldn't lose their mom. Here's what she told Barbara Walters about it on The View in 2013.
Why did you lie? You were facing the death penalty.
I did lie because I wanted to protect my sister, and even though I knew she was doing wrong, I still thought that it was right for the children to have their mother.
You lied, and you were going to take the blame, and because your sister had children?
Yes.
And you wanted them to have a mother? You're quite wonderful, you know.
Myra had nothing to do with her sister's crime, but now she's finally found her own happy ending after losing an incredible 800 pounds, which may be more, it's more weight than any woman in America has ever lost. Please welcome Myra Rosales. You look amazing. Yes. Amazing. Stand up one more time. You look amazing. Can you take us just inside what it was like to be 1,100 pounds and then to dig down and find the strength? I mean, you are so inspiring. How did you do it?
I had several surgeries, but I had to lose 600 pounds first by myself. It was the hardest. Yes, it was the hardest. And after losing 600 pounds, they did gastric bypass surgery, and along with other surgeries to remove skin. And I still have more to go.
You look amazing to me.
You do look amazing. And how do you feel when you see pictures of yourself back then, and now when you look in the mirror today?
Sincerely, I really don't like to see pictures of myself, but I do every now.
Let's get rid of them all. Get rid of them, you guys.
Every now and then, I do catch a glimpse of myself, and I think I see a very depressed person. I was very depressed and sick. Now I see myself as strong and happy.
Oh, beautiful. And how exactly did you lose the weight? Well, you said when you did it on your own. Was it through diet? Was it through exercise? A combination of both?
Combination of both. It was high protein, low carb diet, and 800 calorie diet a day. It was very depriving, you know, being used to eating certain amount of food and then cutting back. It was very hard, but I did it.
And it's not just physical deprivation; it's mental too. And I've heard from a lot of people that that's the harder struggle with your head.
We need to have a lot of good willpower. To do.
Do you ever feel? I mean, what is your relationship with food like now? Is there anything that tempts you? Do you walk by a bake? I mean, what's your relationship like now with food?
Girls, my weakness is chocolate.
Mine too. Mine too.
Yes, and I do, you know, I do eat chocolate every now and then, little pieces though, just 1 or 2, just, you know, to control the cravings. It's not about not eating, it's eating right. So, yeah. And fried food, I don't eat none of that. Oh. That is, you know, it hurts my stomach now, but yeah, chocolate, oh Lord.
Yeah, me both. I'm with you.
Tell us about your new boyfriend. Does he buy you chocolates as well?
For Valentine's Day. And my favorite, yeah.
Oh, he's cute. Oh, you guys look adorable together.
That was our Valentine's Day out. And we met over a year ago, and we were just friends. And recently we decided to move forward, and it's been great ever since.
Wow. You know what I find so interesting? When you look at that person, the pictures of where you're heaviest, you didn't say, oh, all I see is the weight. You said you see a depressed person. And now you see a strong person. That's just so beautiful. Yeah. That's so beautiful.
I'm living the moment, and I'm happy, and I think it shows.
Yes, it does.
It does. It does. You have to keep coming back and give us tips because a lot of people struggle with their food.
Next time I'll bring my boyfriend over.
Yeah. Next time you better bring your boyfriend, and we'll bring you some chocolate, little bits.
Little piece.
Little piece. All right. Our thanks to Myra. We'll be right back.